Don't worry about it.
We haven't had a one-pager in a long time.
Joseph,
You want to go ahead and start, give them a signal.
Yeah.
lights on.
Oh, we're on there.
Good evening and welcome to Daly City Recreation Commission meeting, Tuesday, July 28th. For those wishing to address the Recreation Commission on any items on the agenda or under public appearance or oral communications, please complete a speaker card located at the entrance to the City Council chambers and submit it to a staff as early in the meeting as possible. Persons with disabilities require auxiliary aids or services in attending or participating in this meeting should call the Department of Library and Recreation as soon as possible prior to the meeting. This time, call the meeting to order. Jack, if you could lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Jack. Joseph, we have a roll call.
Absolutely. Commissioner Mayafua is not here. Commissioner Pastor?
Here.
Commissioner Proano?
Here.
Vice Chair Kelly?
Here.
And Chair Letta.
Here. Okay, do I have an approval of the agenda?
So moved.
A second?
Motion to second?
Okay, pass. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, moving on to the approval of the minutes from June 23rd, 2015.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. Director's report, War Memorial Community Center update.
Thank you, Chair Letta. I'd like to invite Ms. Angela Waters to give us an update on what's happening at the War Memorial Community Center.
Good evening to the Honorable Commission. It's nice to be back. I haven't been here in quite some time, and I've since moved to War Memorial. It's quite exciting to see the possibilities in the community center. Just being there a little over a month now, I've taken in most of what is going on, and right now what I'm going to report on is what's gone on from summer months and what will be upcoming. One of the things just observing as I've gone through the center is the need to create visibility as people walk inside the building at the first floor, which has a reception desk. We've since acquired 2 employees from Peninsula Family Services. Crisanta Maliga is one of them, who has volunteered for nearly 20 years of my time here in Daly City. And another woman is Tina Rodriguez, who lives locally in the War Memorial neighborhood. So we have 2 folks who now, one sits at the front counter and one sits on the second floor as a hospitality person. So now when people come inside the center, there's a warm greeting and kind of, can I help you, which had not existed before. So one of the things that we've accomplished up to date is just creating a presence inside the center where it's welcoming and inviting. The staff represented there is myself, Jeanette Ganame, who has been there since the opening, and Kanye Ospina, who's also been there. So the 3 of us as a team, we're working together to kind of create more possibilities. And some of those things will include special events, one-shot deals where we invite community members in to kind of share ideas about what their gifts are or what their desires are as far as programming, and we hope to incorporate those things on later on as we go. So the senior teen opportunities that we have are hospitality booth, which is on the second floor, the reception desk, computer room monitor. We have an open lab from Monday, Wednesday, Friday, morning to noon, and then there's the facility support, which helps us do setups, breakdowns, and just cleaning, spot cleaning as needed. The classes are, there's actually a lot going on there, and I didn't seem to realize that until I got there. So this brochure is kind of a snapshot. There's always this calendar on the wall, and for me, it was one of the needs that I saw, that people needed to walk away with something. And we have about 10 young people who come in different times of the day, and this brochure is one of the things they worked on. And I'll tell you who. It was Antoine Smith, who is a volunteer, first-time volunteer, and a young lady named Nathina White. I don't get those names right. I told them that I would share this, but I did a little tweaking, but for the most part, they created this brochure, which will be handed out to anybody who walks into the center. And many of the things that are featured in the brochure are daytime programs and recurring events. So it's the open gym, the kids court program, Zumba Gold, Art of Knitting. And I just want to highlight some of the things so that you know, because oftentimes people walk in and they say, wow, not a whole lot is going on, but it just depends on the time of day you walk in. For example, during the summer months, we had to move our senior classes. We kind of shuffled them around. So Zumba, the Zumba Gold class has between 35 and 40 people every day in there. And there's a $4 charge, so it's a drop-in fee, which is different from the nighttime contracted class, which they have to enroll online to participate. And even that class has 20-plus people in the class. Then there's a free exercise program. Not very many programs are free anymore anywhere, but this is one class, and these are different clients from the Zumba. There's about 40 people who come to the regular exercise, which is guided by the TV. So there's a videotape that everybody comes there and watch, and it's just aerobics, and then there's a sit-down portion, like the last 20 minutes of class. So that's a whole separate 35 to 40 group of senior adults who come for that. And it's not just senior adults. We have some middle-aged folks who come through and they exercise right alongside. Then there's the soul line dancing. That is twice a week, and that's also a drop-in class, contracted class, $5, and 10 to 15 people participate on that program. This year we moved them over, or each year we kind of transfer people out into Daly Community Center. But one of the things that, for me, I've noticed, we can work it out where we don't have to shift people outside of the building. So next year, with the camps in place, I think we will be able to do everything inside the center without shipping some of the senior programs out. And the coaches for the camps are very accommodating. So if we're done by 11:15, say, it's all good. So the line dance we will keep. They're the only ones who have moved out. Everybody else has kind of started early. Then there's smaller classes, which is the guitar, which has 5 participants. Ukulele has 15 participants. These are all volunteer-driven classes that they're donation-based, so it's anywhere from $2 to $4 where the participants donate that to the center, and it just goes right into our general fund. Then there's Fashion Youth Arts Enterprise. Like I mentioned earlier, Chrysanta Millig has been with she's followed me around to all the different community centers and volunteered, and she provides a class to teach children not just fashion, arts and design, or sewing, but just self-esteem, confidence, and just life skills, because some of the students in her class have gone on to create online businesses where that's one of the things. They make purses or they make dresses and they sell them online. So it's definitely a life skill that is taught through her program. And it's not in this program, but in the fall she'll be having classes there Friday afternoons from 3:30 to 5, usually during the kids' court time. Then there's the enrichment, which the ESL class through adult education. They will be present twice a week for, I want to say, 2 hours. And last time I saw them, there was about 12 students strong. And then the computer lab is just open. We used to have a class there and have since lost the instructor. So we are working to get either a family service person in there to kind of reignite the computer, like a one-on-one in the computer lab, and we'll do that to start. The summer camps, wow. So if you never thought War Memorial was busy, you should pop in there anytime this week or next. There have been 4 different kinds of camps in there. Volleyball camp started off the summer. They were probably the lowest attended. There was probably 30 kids in the programs each time, and they ran for 2 weeks. Then we moved to the city sponsor all sports camp, where they did, I know Jeanette was here last and she talked about this, but it's volleyball, basketball, swimming, badminton, I don't know, you name it, they did it. But they did a couple sports a day and then had lunch and continued to do more sports in the afternoon. We provided extended care 7 a.m. to 9, as well as the 7 to 9 a.m. and then the afternoon care from 4 to 6. So the place is hopping and busy. Incorporate the earlier programs that I talked about with the older adult programs, and we are serving all ages. The collaborative projects that have gone on there stem with the Project Read program. We have right now, I know there's 2 volunteers. One has been matched to a gentleman who is learning to read, and then there's a volunteer who is awaiting to be assigned. So we hope to kind of grow that, and it's usually senior adults who are coming in wanting to learn to read. So Project Read is one partnership. Stanford University, there's a Compass program that they're marketing the Latino community, and it's about tracking movement, how much you move and exercise. So they come in and they have an assessment, pre and post assessment. The program runs a year long, and there's a interactive computer that the participants check in. She's called Carmen. So they come in and any time of day, and they check in with Carmen, log their pedometer hours, and they're all exposed and welcome to participate in the fitness classes and programs that we have there. But they're monitored, I want to say once a week, with Stanford research team. They meet with Aldo or Dulce once a week. So some people I know, and others are new to the community center. And one of the things that Stanford is wonderful about doing is we don't have to do anything except provide the space. And they do marketing all over the zip code, 94014, and they pull people in that may never have set foot inside the building. So it's a wonderful opportunity to expose our services and programs to people who would not otherwise set foot in the building. One of the last things that I'll mention are the upcoming events that I know are regularly scheduled, like the mini hoops program. I know Dave Nakora is working hard to get that going in a few weeks. As a matter of fact, like 3. That program will be up and running, and Denise can tell me how many teams. I'm just getting my feet wet with War Memorial, so I'm not very knowledgeable yet. Next year I will be there. So Mini Hoops is a big program. Denise is one of the people who kind of started and grew the program. The youth basketball is always magnificent. And the flag football is another program that Jeanette Ganame will be working on. Connie Ospina and Joseph Curran is taking on the Hispanic Heritage celebration, which is going to be September 19th. That's a Saturday. And the hours?
That would be from 11:30 to 3:30.
11:30 to 3:30, and Connie is working hard to move forward and get that thing going. So we're looking forward to that big special event. And some of the other things I hope to generate are a fashion and arts expo featuring many of the programs that are featured in War Memorial. So we have the art of knitting class will do something, the guitar, ukulele, and then the fashion arts design group. And any of the resources that come through that program, even the Aztec dance, we'll have some kind of showcase with all of the arts and fashion that go on in the center. And maybe we extend out to some of the other city programs so that people around the neighborhood, I mean, we want, everyone will be invited, but we are really like honing in on the War Memorial neighborhood and community so that we get the maximum use of the people there, and we're doing things that our neighborhood wants to do. And so many of the things I hope to do is just bring people in. So whether it's a health fair or the Fashion Arts Expo or the city sponsor, like we used to have Showcase, and that didn't go last year. But one of the things that Jeanette and I talked about was doing like a tournament during that time, just to invite people in and say, you know what, let's create local teams that we can kind of celebrate and bring them in, because I think once people know about the center and they bring and they value the center, see, everybody goes to the library. Everybody knows about the library, but they don't go downstairs. So I want them just to come downstairs and like know and see what's going on. And that's why I think handing them something to say, here you go, walk out with this is what's going on, and a registration form that asks them, what would you like to see here, so that we have a little bit of information of what you'd like, and if we have contacts, we can kind of invite those people in. And one of the last things I hope to do with this center is create a community, a War Memorial Center advisory of people who just have the passion to do, I want do people who do, and they're not afraid to say, hey, I want this, and then back it up and be there and do it. So I'm still new and acknowledging I don't know everything about the center, but I know I have my experience in other places in this city, and teens are a whole different piece that I haven't talked about, but that's another area that I will revisit in my life around who I serve and what I'll bring to this center. So it's exciting for me. I just have to get everybody else to catch up to where I am. So that is it in a nutshell. If you have questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
I would like to say, I appreciate your passion, and it's good to have you there.
Thank you.
That maybe you could do a little presentation to the seniors at Dolger and let them know that there are senior programs there, and
Absolutely.
and then that helps with the exposure of War Memorial. Because I think in a lot of people in a lot of ways feel that the War Memorial, yes, we use it as a library, but it's a place to go play basketball.
Yes.
But we host many other events, and there's other stuff for all age groups. So,
Right.
yeah, as many people as we can expose, the better.
Absolutely. Can absolutely do that soon.
And through the chair, I would just like to comment. I was looking at the times, and some of this I'd like to take. I mean, it's not, it shouldn't just all be for the kids or for the seniors, but unfortunately, there's not a lot towards like right after work where, some of, and I know these are volunteers, and so that might be, harder an issue, but, some of these, the guitar, the knitting,
Yes.
the ukulele is so cute, but 3 to 4:30 is kind of tough,
Yes.
So I'm just saying I don't know how receptive people are to maybe think of the War Memorial as a destination, like work, War Memorial, then home,
Right.
take a class. And for the price, I mean, you can't beat it.
Yeah,
So.
I agree. I mean, I think many of the, so that's one of the things that, for me, I'm interested in volunteer-driven, because then we can just ask for a donation, and I think the nickel and dime effect is far more powerful than the big ask to say a $50 or $60 class for a 3-month period. I mean, people see $4 and they say, okay, I'm gonna go to that as many times as their budget will allow, and it's doable. So I would love to place new different programs for, like I say, it's the middle-aged. There's never anything for the middle-aged,
Not
right?
for us.
Yeah, it's children or it's older adults.
Yeah.
And so the people in between, somebody told me once, go to a gym. And I'm like, I work in a gym. We can make that happen, right? So there is a Zumba evening class on Wednesdays that happens from 7. But like the knitting, we have to find people who are passionate. And maybe I should hang out over at Joann's Fabrics or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Or put a flyer.
Yeah.
I can see that now.
Yeah.
Home of Pittsburgh. We got this woman who.
Yeah, but you know, I just feel like if you ask them, they might just,
Yeah.
you might find somebody in there who's shopping who's like, oh, I live next to, or, so you never know. So it's a lot of word of mouth, and I think that's how we become successful. My experience is that if people feel good about how, when they're in the building, if they feel good, then they'll come back and then they'll tell a friend. And so I'm really working hard to create that kind of energy and environment within the center so that we can really start creating programs, as you suggest, that I want to do that. And I'm saying, yeah, me too. So I absolutely hear you, and
Yeah.
we'll work to that end.
Through the chair, one of the things that I have found, just in going up and down Mission Street as often as I do, the building doesn't look like there's anything going on inside that building when you drive by on Mission Street. When you drive by on Hillside, you see people going in and out that door all the time. But there's not a lot of reason for people to think, you know, hey, I'll stop in here and see what's going on, because it always looks closed.
Right.
So if there would be something that we could do, whether it's a sandwich sign, board sign that gets put outside or something, this is, you know, come in and see what we have to offer or something, to let people know when they're going by that there's activities going on in there. Because, you know, and we don't have that same issue in some of the other places because they're very well established.
Right, right. So would you like me to dream out loud? Joseph is looking at me.
A sign.
So, you know, some of the things, I agree, I do. And there's that plaza, I call it a little plaza right outside in front. And if we did something once a month where it was balloons and things going on outside, and granted, we have to wish for a good day, but just some kind of activity. That could be what the Gateway Festival used to be, and it's such a beautiful building. I just think we have got to just draw all kinds of attention. But yeah, signs would be nice.
Yeah,
We have to
something,
cut
yeah.
those trees down to hang the sign, but it,
Well,
you know.
that's why I'm thinking just a big sandwich board. you know,
Yeah.
at the top of the stairs, not blocking the traffic way, obviously, but just saying, come on in and check us out.
All right.
Something as simple as that.
Yeah.
I think one of those little fly guys would
Oh.
do it.
It says open.
Oh, no.
So Zoom,
I
I'm
did
sorry.
not suggest one of those little fly guys, okay?
So
problem.
through the chair, so what you said was, and anybody was listening out there who might want it, the Zumba is actually an evening Wednesday at 7.
There is an evening class,
Wednesday at
yes.
7.
Wednesday.
You know,
But that's a contract class, right?
Yes, it is. And it is in the brochure, and you are all out there in TV land welcome to call 991-8020 to ask questions for any programming that I haven't covered, because everything is not, I didn't cover everything, and it's not all in this brochure. So, yes.
And through the chair, again, Angela, thank you for the enthusiasm that you're showing about the new vision that you have for the center, because I remember when they broke ground for that, and remember when they ribbon cut it, and
Yeah.
remember all previous Hispanic cultural nights that they had over there. So thank you for extending that enthusiasm for that. But one question I had is the guitar or ukulele. Is that kind of like the group that used to have it down in the Westlake area that's now doing it upstairs at the War Memorial?
They are a wonderful extension and
Okay.
growing, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes,
Good.
very nice.
I've seen him play at many events.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time and the opportunity.
Through the chair, I want to thank Angela for coming down tonight. And one of my frustrations as the director is that War Memorial Community Center is the crown jewel of Daly City.
Oh, yeah.
And up until Angela's arrival, one could make an argument that it's underutilized by the community that helped build it. So she's really helping breathe life in it. And I've noticed a difference in an incredibly short time. And, you know, in terms of drawing people in, I think it's one of those things that when we get life inside the building, people will come in, whether we have a sandwich board or not. And case in point is at Lincoln, you know, there's no great signage at Lincoln, and that place is teeming with activity, and a lot of that is because of
Was
what
Angela.
Angela brought to it. So we're hoping she can replicate that enthusiasm and
I am
success
hoping.
and make
And
the
make
War
it.
Memorial the center of activity in Daly City as it should be.
Yay,
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
good luck.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, we'll move on to, let's move Daly City upward. Joseph?
And that upward update.
Oh,
Thank you, Chair Leto. This is one of those
We're
just
moving it upward.
nice fluffy surprise items. The National League of Cities is coordinating a national program called Let's Go Cities, Towns, and Counties. And that's an extension of First Lady Michelle Obama's Let's Move initiative. And the whole purpose of that is especially to fight childhood obesity, get kids eating right and engaged in physical activities. So lots of cities and towns and counties across the United States are involved in this. And Daly City, through the involvement of a wonderful community volunteer by the name of Paul Valderrama, got Daly City signed up for this program. And I was shocked when, after we were sort of signed up for the program, if you can pass that around, we got recognized by the National League of Cities for the outstanding programs that Daly City has to achieve the goals of the Let's Move program. There's 5 major goal areas, they call them. And the first one is Start Early, Start Smart, and that's to promote best practices for nutrition, physical activity, and limiting screen time for early care and education settings. Goal 2 is My Plate, Your Place, and that is, there's, and I didn't bring a graphic, there's a logo, for lack of a better word, to promote the program and to recognize city municipal buildings involved in the My Plate, Your Place program. That's one of the 5 initiatives that we're not currently doing. Goal number 3 is smart serving for students, expanding access to meal programs before, during, and after school. And I think that program in itself probably is a great topic for a future meeting, because Daly City has been involved in providing nutritional lunches and snacks before and after school, and in our summer camps and even in junior giants. And I think a lot of communities not aware of that. And it's not so much to toot our own horn, but it's really an outgrowth of the Children's Empowerment, Spencer Holman group, but we help with. And so we're receiving recognition for some good things we're doing there already. And a model food service, implementing healthy and sustainable food service guidelines that are aligned with the dietary guidelines for Americans, which we are doing. And then Active Kids at Play, which is increasing opportunities for physical activity. So by formally participating in this program, they did this very nice press release that you're holding in your hands. And then I started to print out all of the wonderful certificates that accompanied it, made out to Mayor Raymond Buenaventura, for the different levels. And then at some point, my conscience caught up to me and thought, we're starting to kill trees over this. But I'll share some of the samples. Some of this, I believe there were 9 different areas that they presented us with certificates. And
You didn't do front and back, though. Give you a hard time. They've been really nice.
And
Oh, thank you.
yeah, I guess I could have done front and back, but anyway, I did not print all of them. This is a sampling
Thank you.
of the recognition
Won't the
we
mayor
got.
be thrilled to know that we're all going to go home and hang these in our home?
If you need more copies or others, like I said, there were 9 different areas totally that they.
This is the same.
There's 2 here.
So anyway, it's once in a while, it's nice to get an attaboy, a pat on the back for the good services we're
Wow.
providing in the community. And it's good to see that there are members of the community that are taking Michelle Obama's initiative to heart. And, hopefully, if we track progress over some years, maybe we'll see a difference.
Wow, nice.
nice.
Terrific.
Cool.
I have a single brochure. I don't have enough to go around, but if you want to share it, that talks in sort of broad terms of what the program is at the national level. Again, it's the National League of Cities. And that concludes the report unless there are questions.
Wow.
Any questions? If not, we'll move on to commissioner reports. Do I have any?
I don't.
I think we don't.
We're good?
Nope.
All right. Move on to announcements and communications.
Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
I just want to thank the staff for the 4th of July, Independence Day
Yes.
celebration. That was very nice. Very well done. So thank you.
Well, thank you. And thank you. We would be remiss if we didn't thank the supporters of the Dolger Senior Center, Inc. the
Absolutely.
501c3 nonprofit that makes all of that possible in conjunction with the staff. It was a very nice event. Thank you.
No, it was very nice, and it seems like July 4th was so long ago.
I know.
It's so,
That's where
but
it's
yeah,
still in
I
July,
enjoyed
too.
the morning, and Elvis appeared.
So looking forward at more fun opportunities for both you and the community. Coming up next Tuesday, August 4th, which I believe is a week from tonight, if my math is correct, at the Ceremony Center between Macy's and JCPenney's, if you can visualize where the big electronic sign is near 280, that portion of the parking lot not only will be off the grid that evening, but we will be celebrating National Night Out, which is kind of a big deal because National Night Out is not new, and it's not new to Daly City, but for as many years as I can remember, we've celebrated in conjunction with the town of Colma over at the Target parking lot at 280 Metro Center. So this year, Daly City PD is taking the lead along with Fire. Pacifica is joining in the effort with us, the Department of Water and Wastewater Resources, of course, the Department of Library and Recreation Services will be there. Several of the retailers from the shopping center, including Target. I know Target's going to be raffling off some bicycles that evening.
Wow.
And our friends at Allied Waste will also be there. If you've ever wanted to see a garbage truck up close and personal, there will be a garbage truck. There will be the truck that the sewer people use. There's a better word for that. That they send the robotic video camera down through the sewers of Daly City. That will be on display. I understand police is going to bring their armored personnel vehicle, which we lovingly refer to as the tank.
Yeah.
Will be, kids always like climbing around on that.
Nice.
Different fire apparatus. What am I missing? A lot of stuff out there, and of course, it's off the grid, so there's a lot of food
Oh,
trucks.
yeah, trucks.
All in the same area. And it's a national night out to, take back the community and not be afraid and get there and get to know your neighbors and your friends and your police officers and have fun.
Yeah.
And yes, some of our most loving, kind library and recreation staff will be there too.
I'll be looking
Am I
forward.
doing all these? Are you gonna jump in? Okay, thank you, Denise Brown. Also coming up is our Summer Youth Recreation Program Carnival, and that is
Oh,
that
yeah.
same week, 2 days later on Thursday, August 6th at Westlake Park from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. There'll be field games outside of the gym, assuming the weather's nice like it has been. And then from 1 to 4 inside Pacelli Gym, just an absolute crazy fun time for the kids in our summer program. I'm going to guess there'll be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 300 kids in the gym engaged in different activities, games, and prizes and fun. If you've
Earplug.
never been in there,
Earplugs
Um,
available?
yeah, I don't know what your tolerance is for watching kids have a good time, but yeah, it's the energy level in that gym, and I think it's maybe some sugar-induced energy in there too, but it's so you can kind of feel summer really coming to a peak on that afternoon.
Cool.
And just to make it official, the end of summer luau, which is way too soon, but Saturday, August 8th at the GMO Pool from 12:30 to 2:30. And then coming up on September 19th, Angela mentioned it's Hispanic Heritage Month. Move to a Saturday. We're going to try something different. I know some of you have been to the event previously on Thursday evenings.
Yeah.
The attendance has been kind of not quite what we had hoped for, and we're thinking maybe by shifting it to a Saturday,
Yeah.
more people will be able to attend. We'll find out. We're going to try to scale it down appropriately and hopefully have a nice full room there at War Memorial. And I got to, because every meeting I have to talk about how wonderful the Junior Giants program is going. They've got this week with games, and then next week wraps up Junior Giants for 2015. It's been phenomenally successful, and I know some of the teams have been invited to AT&T Park next Monday evening, actually afternoon, from 4:30 to 8 o'clock, so the kids get to go on the field that the Giants play on and do
Great.
different drills, running the bases, doing infield drills, batting instruction, and all that stuff. So, the kids that are playing Junior Giants are having a great time out there, and it's one of the all-time bargains in recreation. You know, it's absolutely free, and there's a committed bunch of volunteer coaches out there, and all of the equipment the kids need to learn and succeed in the fundamentals of baseball. It's good fun. So if you're inclined and you want to come out either at Gellert or Westlake over the next few nights, you can catch the little kids in action. I will be making my managerial debut tomorrow night at
Got an extra pair of these.
the Vikings.
All right, I have no speaker cards, so moving on from public comment. So our next meeting is Tuesday, August the 25th at 6 PM.
Move to adjourn.
Second?
Second? We're adjourned.
Sorry.
Wow.
Love these meetings, short and sweet.
Short.